This is the Rangers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Texas Rangers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, in a game that they could not afford to lose, the Rangers fall to the Astros tonight by the final of 6-3. We said it over and over and over again. You got to keep winning. Got to keep winning games, and this is not the time for a two-game losing streak, which is what the Rangers find themselves in right now. Very frustrating loss. This one felt like not only did the Rangers beat themselves, but for the first time throughout this whole run, it felt like the tables turned a little bit, and all of a sudden, the loose, carefree, easygoing, no pressure Rangers, all of a sudden it felt like they kind of didn't do well under the pressure, and it showed on the field tonight. Like, it got too big too quick, because this is a must-win series, and this was not the way to start it off. Are they done? No. Are they eliminated? No. But, I mean, really, you don't have room for error. I mean, literally, good news is you got Merrill Kelly and DeGrom coming up the next two nights. Got to win the next two, period. Got to bounce back tomorrow, win the next two, and then take care of business at home and hope that Seattle or Houston or both can drop a couple games while you're winning at home, and then have that final weekend in Cleveland. But the losing has got to stop now. I mean, you've got 11 games left, and at the moment you're 3 games out. I mean, do the math. So that was just tough, because I know they're better than how they look tonight. I think they're better. And like I said, it just felt like the moment just got a little too big. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be critical, but that was not good. And really, it was nothing great about what the Astros did. It's just you give big league teams chances, and you give teams chances at home. They take advantage, and that's what they did tonight, and they got the win. All right, let's get after it. Welcome to the Rangers POSTCAST, your team every day. Our case, your team every single game. My name is Jeff Biggs, a longtime host and reporter. Thank you very much for watching the Locked On Rangers, your destination after every single game. You can also find us on the Locked On Rangers podcast feed. That is where you will find the great work of Bryce Patrick every single day. I know Bryce is going to have a ton to say about this one. He had a great show again today, and a lot of things to get into. So let's get after it.
This is what you'll be talking about.
All right, I already got a lot of you joining us online live, and also via the RCC, the Rangers comment crew. We'll get to your comments in just a minute. Like I said, I mean, this is a huge game, must win, biggest game of the season, biggest series of the season, whatever cliche. I don't even really need to say it. The players don't need to hear it. They know what's going on. And again, it just felt like the moment got a little too big. I know I keep saying that, but this Rangers team is better than what they showed, and it felt like they kind of got to them tonight, and I hated to see that. Not a great start to the game. Really felt for Jack Leiter. I mean, this will truly be a baptism under fire for him, and he is definitely going to be better off next season because of the trials and the adversity that he went through this season. But right now, the Rangers need to get to the playoffs, and they need to win. And so, that's tough. I mean, I meant to say this the other day. I mean, Jonah Heim slides at second base, his pants ripped to shreds. Jack Leiter's on the mound, tries to come to a stop and completely slips. Jordan tweaks his ankle running across. I mean, I know, I know that these companies are trying to make profit and they're trying to, make their products as cheaply as they can to make money. But come on, I mean, get better equipment. MLB, get shoes and get pants and get jerseys that don't look like they're. Yeah, I mean, it's embarrassing. But anyway, I mean, Jack Leiter shouldn't slip to the ground when you try to stop quickly. I mean, that's bad. So he slips, throws to first, throws it too high, 2-0 Astros. I mean, that was perfect start for them, right? I mean, that just took all of the pressure off of them immediately, right? So they're able to, wow, okay, we got a 2-run lead. I mean, Jason Alexander for the Astros, I mean, that's a guy that, honestly, the Rangers should have scored 5-6 runs off of this guy if it weren't for the pressure. They didn't. Altuve made a great double play. I mean, this is where that experience and all those years of being in the playoffs helps them. I mean, you can't deny that. Top of the fifth, though, great to see Josh Jung did his part, got the home run in the Crawford boxes, inside changeup, gets it inside the box, 2-2. Josh Smith gave them the lead, 3-2, and you're thinking, okay, here we go. Get to the bullpen, and you're thinking, okay, now we'll see the Rangers impose their will and pull away, but it just never happened. They had that rally, the big, the two big plays, the bottom of the fifth, 1 out, 2 on, and this is where, again, I felt for Jack is he's got Zach Cole, the rookie at the plate, 2 strikes, and Jack, as you know, I mean, he can bring it, and he basically said, you know what, I'm going to go right after him, and he literally went right after him, threw it right down the middle, and challenged him. Said, okay, here it comes. If you want it, hit it, beat me, and he did. He crushed it, hit it into right field. That put the Astros back on top, 4-3. Still a close game, still a chance, but that ended up going away in the 7th inning.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
So the Rangers getting a little rally going. Jonah Heim, a 1-out hit. Rowdy Tellez comes off the bench with a pinch hit. He got 2 on, 1 out. Then Cody Freeman gets out, 2 on, 2 out. Wyatt at the plate. What does Wyatt do? Wyatt comes through. I mean, he has been the clutch guy right now, and it's a nice hard single into left field. You could see right away there was no way that Jonah Heim was going to score from second. No way he was going to make it. He ended up being thrown out by 5 feet, and that was it. I mean, that was the ball game. I know there's been speculation. Well, they sent him because Jock Peterson was on deck, and Bochy didn't want him to face a lefty. I'm sorry. I mean, Jock Peterson has been able to hit lefties before. You don't use that as an excuse to end the inning. You don't run yourself out of the inning. And I mean, that was just a bad call. I love Beasley, but you have to see that. And there was speculation. Well, why not let Kyle Higashioka run for him? I think they wanted to save him, which they did to pinch hit, but he's not that much. It's not like he's that much faster than Jonah. But again, it doesn't matter. I mean, he shouldn't have gone, and that was it. And the Rangers had other chances. They just did not get the big hit. And then they gave up 2 more runs in the bottom of the 7th. Can't do that. Got to get outs, and all this talk about, the bullpen is I mean, I understand that they may be a little tired and they may have thrown pitches, but I mean, this is it, man. You got to go. I mean, I don't hear hear other teams saying, well, we're not going to use our bullpen today because, I mean, it's September, man. Let's go. I just don't understand that mentality. I understand you want to give them rest, but you got a day off on Thursday coming up again. So anyway, all right. When we come back, going to hear from you via the comment crew. Just frustrating because I think they didn't play their best, and I felt like they gave it away more than the Astros did, and just tough to see. All right, when we come back, we're going to hear from you via the comment crew. This is the Rangers POSTCAST. All right, I want to talk to you about FanDuel. As you know, it's that time of the year. The NFL season is here. FanDuel making sure that you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. It's quick, easy, and the best way to add a little more energy to Sundays. So are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. And we want to talk to you also about what they're doing at Prize Picks, because with Prize Picks, the cool thing is this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, number one, and they're the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. Now, you and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right means cashing in. With football back, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections so you can turn your takes into real prizes, all in less than 60 seconds. So it's quick, easy, and really a great way to follow along with football. So download the Prize Picks app today. Use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 play. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. And one more, got to talk about what they're doing at Nutrafol, okay? Because, you hear so many different things. You've probably seen a million ads on hair growth products and thought, yeah, sure, like that really works. Well, there are a lot of products out there, a ton, and it is hard to know which ones are actually going to do anything. That's why you should give Nutrafol a closer look. Nutrafol is the number one dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. And it's not just hype. This is a supplement clinically tested that targets the root causes of thinning and shedding with a proactive approach. And you can feel good about knowing that Nutrafol is NSF certified and backed by peer-reviewed studies. So see thicker, stronger hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering Locked On MLB listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code Locked On MLB. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code Locked On MLB. Okay, we are back. Rangers POSTCAST. Rangers fall tonight to the Astros 6-3. And let's get right to it. A lot of you getting in. Alf leading us off. Alf, come on, boys. Got to peagle up. If anything else, we got to get that boot back. Hit the like button. Thank you, Alf. Keith says, I'm curious to know how many double plays the Rangers have hit into the last few games. Going to be tough to make the postseason if they lose the series. Dave Meyer says, in the top of the 7th, why did Beasley wave Jonah home? He's one of the 3 slowest guys on the team. Never had a chance. TCG says, this loss is 100% on Boch. You don't pinch run Duran for Heim, and he gets thrown out at home. Then you leave Leiter in after he'd given up a long fly out and then a double, and he's at 100 pitches. Yeah, I mean, I think Boch was trying to get that final out. I'm not excusing that, but I think he was trying to get one more out, let Jacob Webb come in with a clean inning, and I'm sure Jack tried to convince him and plead his case that he could get the final out. I think they felt good pitching to Pena, and it didn't work. Ragamuffin says Rangers can't turn double play, but Astros can. Who has the best defense in baseball? Nick says Heim getting caught trying to milk a score out of that left field liner felt huge. Yeah, I mean that was it right there. Texas Hobbybin says this one hurt, boys. Come on, Rangers, got to take the next 2. Let's go. Soldier X says this is the type of game the Rangers have been able to avoid during their hot stretch. Defensive issues and a couple of bad coaching decisions cost us this game. Yep. Mistakes, lack of hitting, coaching, the whole thing. TCG says, as soon as the Astros starter got in a little bit of trouble, the manager pulled him. Meanwhile, Boch leaves Leiter in when he's clearly gassing out. Yep. Yeah, I'm with you. I think they got to win tomorrow. I mean, they got to win tomorrow and they got to win Wednesday. Period. Silent Doom says, well, both my teams choked tonight. I'm done. He's referring to the Texans giving up the game-winning touchdown with, I think, 9 seconds left to Tampa Bay. Silent Doom says, I'm afraid it might be too little too late. I hope not. TCG, you're fired up. I know. You're right, my man. I mean, they blew this one really bad. Luke Nino says, win the next 2 and we'll be all right. Luke says, Kelly and DeGrom on the bump. Texas Hobbybin says, we need some degromination. There you go. Rebecca says, WTF, no Hellman. WTF, Leiter in forever. TF, Jonah being sent this game. Yeah, across the board. Mark says the next 2 games are must wins, or you can stick a fork in this team. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, maybe the blessing out of this one is because they lost, that will put the pressure back on the Astros to get it done, and maybe the Rangers can crank back up. But they got to win the next 2, and like I said, they got to take care of business at home against a couple of really bad teams. The problem is, like I said, the series and the season, when the Rangers swept the Brewers, that wasn't the end of the season. That didn't clinch a playoff berth. It was great, but the season's not over yet. They're not there. They're not in yet. They got to keep winning. And so now we're here with 11 games left to go, 12 games left to go. Oh, I forgot to put that up. That's totally my bad. My point is that you got to keep winning, and the season's not over yet, right? So there we go. Come on, let's go. Okay, there we go. There we go. I don't know here, guys. I was just trying to put that in there. Anyway, that this. All right, guys. That kind of a night, right? It's a lose for me too here as well. I was trying to switch that out, and that didn't work. It's in the wrong place. That's why. My fault. All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks for getting in here. And yeah, I'm thrown out at home too. I'm thrown out too. My bad. A lot of errors there. Thank you, Rebecca, for pointing that out. Thank you. No, my point is that they got to keep winning, and they've got it. The season's not over yet, and now there's pressure, and they need to win these games, and hopefully they'll be able to bounce back tomorrow. Huge game. Hey, look, 1+. Merrill Kelly, as you heard, has pitched really, really well against. Merrill Kelly has pitched really, really well against the Astros in the few times he's faced them. Again, I don't think this was so much about how great the Astros are. I think this was more about how good. See if that works. There we go. There we go. I think this is more about the Astros. I'm sorry, the Rangers beating themselves and kind of giving it away. So 2 losses in a row. Got to bounce back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll do it again and get on a winning streak starting tomorrow night. Hey, thank you everybody for getting in. Thank you for your patience. Isaac, good to see you in here. Got to win. You're right. TCG, Alf, Texas Hobby Bin, Rebecca. Thank you everybody for getting in. We'll do it again tomorrow night. Hopefully you can join me then. Have a good day tomorrow. And again, Rangers got to bounce back tomorrow. Final score tonight, Astros win it 6-3. This has been the Rangers